Welcome back to Ori Soaps and Bubbles. We have an exciting and hopefully helpful video for you today. As always, we are open to suggestions. If there is a soap you want us to make on our channel for you to see and for you to see the outcome, we will definitely do that. Just leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much and always enjoy. Welcome to Subtle and Journey. This soap is very special because it came at a point in time to me to make when I was going through a really rough time. And I'll be honest, it was not an easy time for me. And it wasn't easy because I was facing some of everything you thought you could face. And it was very hard, not easy, right? Which, if you are a single parent, and you are working a full-time job and you are trying to do everything you can to make sure your children get to the place they need to become the man or woman that they are supposed to according to the scriptures, and you're trying to do everything you possibly can to uphold what you believe in, it's not easy. It's really, really not easy. So as I was going through to make this soap, in my mind, I was focused on trying to settle myself down, trying to find something that I would stay calm with. And I read my scriptures, I prayed, but I have the tendency to worry, which is something I'm praying that just cease and get away from me, never to be here again with me. And I think it's because of running a house. You try to think so far ahead. And I've learned now, I don't need to think that far ahead. I don't need to put all of that energy into thinking so far ahead until it's debilitating in a way. What I need to do is just plan and continuously plan, which is what I used to do. I used to plan a lot, but I kind of got away from planning when we made the big move from one state to another state, and that planning kind of went out the door because we had to be extremely flexible to kind of roll with the punches that you're given, find the positive in everything, do what you got to do, and do it now. That's pretty much the situation we were in. Not a bad situation because we've learned so much about it. And it put us on the path or a journey of one of our choosing. And I'm glad that we chose it as a family, you know. It was so beautiful to choose a path that everybody in your home decided that they want to choose. And it was just the most awesome thing. This path that we chose changed our lives forever. And when I say forever, I mean completely forever, and for the best. It was the best path we could have ever chosen. It was the most soothing path we ever could have chosen in our lives. So why am I up at 12 at night if I'm talking about this path that we chose that was just the best? Do you remember when I said I have the tendency to worry? And in order to remove the worry from me, I always try to find different avenues to put that into. It's either reading my scriptures, and at this time I believe I was fasting. So I read my scriptures and I read everything. I had fallen asleep, and then when I had awakened, I was like, I want to make soap. So I got up and I said, I'm going to my soap area and I am going to make me some soap. I had no idea what I was going to call this soap. I had no idea what I was going to do. It was not planned at all. I just knew I want to make soap, and I want it to be beautiful. And I want to do something I've never done before. Now, anytime I've made soap for my house, I've always made soap that was just bare bones. There was no beautification to it. There was no piping. There was none of that. It was just mom made a bar soap, and that was it. And the reason I made this soap is because of our skin. and because we're allergic to so many things. We were always allergic to different textures of clothing, as well as, let's put it in an easy manner. We can't just walk in a store and pick up any deodorant and just use it. We have to read every ingredient. We always have had to do that. And for certain ingredients, even in food, because of the allergies and things that we have, we can't have it. So it's like, okay, cool beans, no problem. So I learned how to make melt and pour soap years ago, and that's basically what I would make. But then I've always wanted to sell soap. I've always wanted to give that gift to the world if I could, or share it with others that have the same type of issues going on, with the same allergies and things of that nature. So this path that we chose to go on, which was the best one, hands down, the best one, hands down, trust me. It has taught us so much, and it has been an awesome one. And that's hence the name of the soap, Subtle and Journey. Okay, that's the name of the whole entire soap, or soap line, maybe. I don't know if it's going to become a line or not, but hey, whatever it turns out to be, that's what it turns out to be. But right now, it's just called Subtle and Journey. So this is 2 parts. Well, it's 3 parts to the soap, because you have a mixed version of it. But in this case, it was just one of those things where you just want to do something. And I've always wanted to have my soap business. I've always also wanted to own a restaurant, because I absolutely love to cook too. It's amazing. For me, those things are therapeutic. So I find joy in doing that. I find joy in making sure my house is running okay and everything is going okay, and we get to where we need to be, and we do the things that we need to do, and we're doing them right, which I'm pretty sure everybody out there feels the same way. At the same time, sometimes you get that feeling like, am I really doing this right? And then when you go to ask others that possibly chose the same path that you chose, or doing the same thing you're doing, and you're kind of peering over to see, well, how are you guys doing it? And sometimes you don't get the answer you're looking for. You may get the answer where you need to go and pray about it and leave it at that. You know what I mean? You don't really get, oh, well, we tried this and we tried that, but that doesn't work, you know? So you have to make your own mistakes, which is not bad, because you learn from those mistakes. It's just, you can save a lot of headache if others will open up and share. And sometimes that can be really hard, because I know I'm not really that great with opening up and sharing any part of my life, because hey, we've all been there, we've all been hurt, we've all been to the place where we don't want to be hurt again. So we tend to guard ourselves. We put our guard up so high. So I can't expect others to share either, right? At least that's the way it comes off in a way. Here I'm adding, let me just talk about the soap for a moment, and then I'll come back to the story of Subtle. But I'm adding, this is castor oil, and I'm adding red oxide to it. Normally I like to use the Moroccan red clay. And this time I decided not to. Most of the colorants and everything in this soap literally came out of my kitchen cabinet. So we put it together that way. And if you can eat it, it's definitely great for your skin. I've always known that. I always told my kids that. If you can consume this and it's okay and it's clean for you to consume, you can actually put it on your body physically and it won't cause you any problems. And we've always found that out to be true. So, back to the story of Subtle. So yeah, you can't expect anyone to open up to you and to be forthcoming with you if you aren't. So it's things that I'm learning. I'm also learning how to make soaps properly in a more on-screen manner. I don't even know how to say it. I wouldn't even call myself a professional because I just love to do it. But I mean in a way where you're actually designing soaps, or you're putting you're piping soaps. And there's a lot that I have to learn, like a ton of stuff that I have to learn. But just this small bit that I have learned, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to share these things with you. I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm telling you bits and pieces of my life as we go through making the soap. I did not want to speed this soap up. I wanted to actually let it play all the way through, because it's important sometimes just to watch the soap maker make the soaps and see exactly the process that goes on. Right here, I'm actually writing stuff down on my paper. I have a huge soap book, and it's like one of those big journals, looks like a big paperback book. And I write all my recipes down after I run them through the soap calculator and everything. And that's exactly what I use. And when I change a recipe, or I'm adding something to it, I'm changing things around, I literally will go and write it. My book is right next to me. So if you ever see me kind of step over out of the camera view or something, or I pause for a second, it's because I'm writing these things down. And here I'm just mixing up all of my colors in the castor oil. Now that's something I did learn, that my colors come out much brighter and clearer sometimes when I use castor oil, or I actually use, what do you call it? Castor oil or olive oil. There we go. And that right there is, I tried this and it works for me. I don't know if it works for anybody else, but what I did with this color here that I'm adding, that is the activated charcoal mixed with oil in a bottle. And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, if it ever does. And I put it in there and it works fine for me, and I'm able to use it that way instead of using the powder all the time. It hasn't caked up on me or went bad or anything, so that is really great too. I can't say for how long it sits because I have no idea. It was just something that I tested to see if it would happen or work, and it does. Let me also share this. As we're going through making Subtle and Journey, anytime you see me add a black color to my soaps, I'm always using activated charcoal. I try not to use too much of the oxides, which is just crushed rocks, and that's okay to use in the soap because it's all natural. It's rocks that you can go in the mountain and acquire or get and crush them down and make them into a powder and use them, and they're pretty awesome. And no, they are not harmful to you, unless you're one of the people that can't touch rocks or something of that sort. Now, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, back to what I was talking about. Well, with this one, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do things that would be very great for us. Now, this is the French green clay that I'm using, and I wanted to know if maybe I get a green color, or what color I might get. And I was going to mix that up and see what happens. And so that's just castor oil that it's in. Even if it goes into the soap, it doesn't give a color to it. It's not going to hurt you because it is one of the clays that you can use to put in your soaps. It's very, very great. Now, I actually have a French green clay soap video coming up. Hopefully I got the video. If not, then you'll see it in the cutting. Because I'm still doing recovering the videos. Yes, I almost forgot what I was talking about. So that's what that was there. And then I believe I'm going to add something else into that to give it a more of a, I was trying to do a green color. But the soaps didn't turn out green. If you watch the very first part of it, it turned out a beautiful gray and pink. And I was so surprised. I was like, is that going to stay that color? And it's been a great while, and the soap color has not changed. It has not bled. And I'm like, this is so awesome. I've actually learned how to use natural colorants, anchor them in the soap, and allow them to stay the same color, which is pretty cool. I truly, truly, truly enjoyed it. So, as I'm fasting, I'm praying, and when I start making soaps, sometimes, I haven't put this part in the video, but sometimes when I'm making soap, I'm actually, what do you call it? I'm either singing, humming, or I'm talking. One of the other. And I would like to actually get past all of this part and start making some more videos where you guys can hear me talk while I'm actually making the soap. But I want you to be able to hear me as I'm making it. So I found this microphone. I think it's going to work, so it'll be great. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so the path that we chose, the journey that we're taking, that's what this soap is all about. Because it's not the most easiest path you want to take. And it's not one of those paths that you are going to just jump on and be like, oh, I got this, I can do this, and everything is going to be honky-dory, because it don't work that way. So this was one of those times where I was fasting pretty hard here, and I was really praying, and I woke up and I said, okay, I'm going to make this soap. And I still didn't have a name for it. I just knew the properties of the soap, of what I wanted to put in the soap, and to make it what it is. So at this time, if I'm not mistaken, I also was thinking about a scripture verse as I was going through it. And the reason why it looks like I'm just standing here, I'm not just really standing here. I'm trying to get the cords straightened out on the blenders or the mixer, the immersion blender. Yeah, so I was trying to get all that together and put things in perspective there. So I finally got that together. Now, I also was asking and praying for the journey, or a subtle journey actually, for us, for my family, something that's not too crazy as it has been where we live now. Like where we live now is always, if you're not on top of things, you're under things, and if you're not under things, you're over the edge about things, and stuff happens so fast and things happen so quick, things change so rapidly. Before you can get your feet under you, is almost pulled out from under you again. And now we're looking to be in that place where we can just settle down and relax. And as we settle down and relax, we are making sure that we are in the place where we are supposed to be, and not in another place where we should not be. And making sure that we hear from Yahuwah as we are doing these things, because it's just important. It's just really important as we go through to do these. I know I'm yapping right now, so I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of the video. I may speed up part of it just in case, but I really don't want to. Again, it's been pretty awesome talking to you guys and me just gabbing along about everything. And once we get these videos without the sound worked out, no worries. I'm going to bring you videos where you get a chance to see me live making the soap and hear me talking as I'm making the soap, and any other background in the background. This is so funny. Yeah, you guys have the most excellent day as always, and enjoy. At least I want you to enjoy. Okay, guys. Coming up very shortly, we're gonna actually show you the soap and give you a brief tour because I didn't get a chance to actually record the piping of the soap itself. And after we give you a brief tour of what it looks like, go ahead and take a look and see it in this case. Then we're going to go ahead and cut it. And as we cut this soap, you'll get a chance to see what it looks like on the inside. Continue and enjoy. I just want to say here, guys, thank you so much for being a part of Ori Soaps and Bubbles, visiting our store, seeing everything, and as always, enjoy. Loved Ori Soaps and Bubbles video? Head down to the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get those notifications. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like the video, and leave a review so that way we know what we can improve on. It's very much appreciated, and as always, have the most excellent day. Ori Soaps and Bubbles.